Hello, so today we are going to see how to connect Dorik to Sendinblue using Craftar. So our use case is whenever I add an email address in my subscription form on Dorik and click on subscribe, I want the email to show up in my Sendinblue email list. And we'll achieve it through creating an API in Craftar. So what we can do is we can come to our Dorik website builder, and here I have an email subscription form. I click on the subscribe button, and then instead of API in configuration type, I'll go to webhook. So here we can choose any of these services, it doesn't matter. And here we have to give our Craftar webhook URL. So first we'll have to create this API. So I'll come to Craftar, click on create new API, and we'll call it Dorik to send in blue. Great. I'll click on create. Awesome. So to get started, what we'll do is we'll create an API input. We'll call it email, since that is what we are trying to capture from Dorik. I'll call it of type text, and then I'll create an output. I'll call it as email as well and change its type to text. So now I can connect this for now. So this will help us test whether the webhook is working or not. I click on save, click on publish, and publish now. Great. So our webhook is ready, and what we can do is we'll copy our API key, go back to Dorik, and here we'll write our webhook URL. It's dashboard.craftar.io/v1/flow/runhook, and then here we provide token as a parameter and we paste it here. Great. So now we can test. So I'll click here to send test data, and now inside Craftar I can quickly go to my logs. So we can see we got a log from Dorik, and the email is undefined because Dorik doesn't send any data in their test. So we can see that our webhook is working. So now let's just test it on the actual website. So we'll close this here, click on save, and then publish. Great. So our Dorik page is now live. I'll come in here and refresh. Okay. So here I'll try an actual email. So we'll give it test@gmail.com and click on subscribe. So once we do this, this will call the API on Craftar ends, and we can come in here and check. So I'll just refresh my logs. So you can see we got another log. I'll quickly open, and we got the input as test@gmail.com. Awesome. So our webhook is working. Now let's add it to Sendinblue. So I'll remove these connections and I'll search for Sendinblue. Okay, so I have Sendinblue and Sendinblue contacts, and we have a block, create a contact in Sendinblue. This is exactly what we want. So let's just start connecting things. So start goes here, exit goes to output. The email will go to email in Sendinblue. Now we need an API key. So if we go to Sendinblue, I can go to settings, SMTP and API, and here I can create a new API key. So we'll name our API key Craftar, Dorik, and click on generate. I got this API key. I'll copy, and you have to save it, otherwise you'll lose it. It shows you only one time. So now I come back to Craftar and I'll paste my API key here. This is great. The next thing we need is a list ID where we want to store our email. So I can go back to Dorik and I'll go to my contacts, and we'll create a new list. So I can go to lists on my left sidebar, add new list. We'll call it Craftar and create an empty list. Great. So you can see on the top the list ID is 6, right? So you can go to any list, click on it, and you get the ID on top. So in Craftar here we need the list IDs. It's a list, so I can click on it, and I can add the same email to multiple lists. So, but in our case, we just want to add it to Craftar. I set the type to number and value to 6, which is the ID of my list. Great. The only thing remaining is setting the update enable to true. So in case a user tries to subscribe multiple times, you won't get an error if you set this to true, and it will update the existing contact. Great. So now one last thing, we'll change the output email to type number and value to ID. So now I can connect this here, and awesome. So I can click on save and then publish. Great. So now my API is live. and my webhook is working. So now I can go back to this website of Dorik, and I try the actual email. So we'll call it craftar@gmail.com, and I click on subscribe. Awesome. So it says thank you for subscribing, and now we'll go back to our list and we'll refresh. Great. So we can see the email got added to our specific list inside Send in Blue, and the whole flow is working. Thank you so much. Have a great day.